now.
I didn't go to bed early enough. I didn't realize it was a 2-hour American Idol. I was just thinking all day how Eric the Midget won't go along with Vote for Sanjaya. Because when I go see the tour, I don't want to see Sanjaya. The greatest.
He's with his PJ pants and seeing the American Idol tour. He's too much.
He's my main man.
Knocking off people.
I love my Eric. I hope he's okay. I hope his health is okay.
I
was thinking about him.
He's living on borrowed time.
Yeah.
He was always great, but he entered the Whack Pack Hall of Fame this week.
He sure did, didn't he? You got that right.
Peeing himself. Oh, he's all over the
PJ Pants, ordering hits. This is just extraordinary.
You know what to do.
Artie Lang did something real nice for me. He picked me up a copy of the DVD for Casino Royale.
Nice, Artie.
Yeah.
I had
He was in the DVD store.
Robin's still lagging behind with this gift. It's really embarrassing, but I...
Is that your engagement gift?
That's my big gift.
I'll watch that. I'll watch it with or without Beth.
It's great. I just watched it a second time I was on the plane. What a great James Bond he is.
The latest James Bond, Casino Royale. I never got to see it.
I had time to kill yesterday, so I bought some DVDs. I still never seen Borat, so I got the DVD for that, and I bought one. And I was thinking of Howard. I thought he might like. You'll love it, man. It's really cool.
Where do you buy these DVDs? Because Tower Records closed near me.
I had like an hour to kill in between while they were doing the wrap-up show, because I had to tape something for Howard TV. They needed me back at 1. So I just went across 6th Avenue in like 50 seconds. There's an FYE.
Right.
And it's a 2-floor FYE. It's got everything you need.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's got everything you need. It was a Coconuts for a little while, but it's an FYE. It's on 52nd and 6th.
What's FYE stand for?
For your entertainment.
Oh, what, Freddie?
You can also go to Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble sells.
Oh, do they have it?
Yeah.
Do they have an extensive DVD selection?
They have a pretty decent. Right. Some of them don't have it at all, but the ones that do have a pretty good selection.
They have a nice selection, and they'll have even some things you won't find, in the beaten path.
Right.
I should go to a store sometime. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you ought to get out. Get out among the people.
Yeah.
I love strolling around, or even like a bookstore and stuff. Like, I love books. Like, I could barely read any of them, but I love holding one. Like, wow, I want to buy this book.
You know what always freaks me out about Barnes & Noble when they open those new stores? They actually have places for you to go and read.
Yeah.
Oh, you can read all the magazines there for free.
What is that?
They have like coffee, and it's almost like a Starbucks, but with better reading materials.
Yeah, but I thought they were selling that stuff.
They are, but they don't give a shit. You can browse. There are people who just camp out there all day and read a book.
I see people, it's like the library in college, because they'll sit on the floor in the stacks, and that whole thing.
It's like this generation's saloons. It's like gay saloons.
Yeah,
I'm just watching TV and I write down, like I tune by and I see Cedric the Entertainer in The Honeymooners on one of the channels.
Awful.
And it's like, wow, is that bad? That's like real bad, Cedric the Entertainer in The Honeymooners. And when he starts calling him, he goes, hey, Ralphie boy, the other black dude.
Oh, man.
And they start doing The Honeymooners, and it's like, what the fuck was somebody thinking when they made that movie?
Well, that's, is the guy who's running the company drunk when he hears that pitch and thinks it's a good idea?
It's like, why do it? Like, it makes it'll suck. You're trying to recreate a classic, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I was watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and man, that's insufferable, because what they do is they just tape everything. It's like 4.5 hours. They had it on VH1 Classic. I guess eventually they edit it down to make it a faster-moving show.
Yeah, try to make it a show.
But holy cow, how can anyone sit there all night? There must be tons of alcohol going down because, first they have, this long film tribute to everyone who died, which is okay. And then they go to, I don't even remember who the first person was they honored, but, by the time they get to Patti Smith, and she does 900 songs. They go
do they break for songs every time they're inducted?
Yeah, there's a whole thing, and they have tape pieces. Man, is that a boring fucking show. They got to figure a way to make that thing move.
It doesn't move at all. I remember being there. You just get up and leave.
Yeah, it's horrible. And even when these, like Keith Richards is paying tribute to the Ronettes, and he was mumbling. I just, thank God I had fast forward. I could never sit through any Rock and Roll Hall of Fame event ever. It's just fucking insufferable. And no wonder they make everyone at, like, the Academy Awards hurry up with their speeches, because when people start to talk, you just zone. Unless somebody has something incredible to say, like a Jerry Seinfeld or a professional orator. Forget about it. Keith Richards droning on about the Ronettes, and I don't even think he was talking about the Ronettes. I don't even think he knew what the fuck was going on.
I don't think he knew where he was.
The most fascinating thing was all that shit he weaves into his hair, like metal pieces. And like, that's like, hey, dude, how old are you?
How do you keep that up?
Yeah, how do you maintain? Like, that's like too much girly work to, like, go out and not, like, okay, yeah, he wants to look cool and everything. I get it. But, like, he sews in pieces of metal into his hair. And it's like, that's a hairdo. That's too much.
You're 100.
Yeah, it's like, what do you care?
You should have, like, a regular haircut at this point.
You should have a crew cut. He's an old man.
The Stones played the Borgata in November, and the guy, the liaison for me when I do my shows down there, I guess he dealt with them, too. And he said they came in, like, 4 days before they were about to play, and, you know, Keith Richards had a huge suite upstairs. And he said... the entire time, over the windows, he had a huge, like, pirate sheet and flag over the windows, and, like, different, like, 60s-looking, like, scarves over the lamps, and, like, really, I mean, it's like he's a 19-year-old hippie again or something.
Yeah, well, he's trying to make, like, a home out of his room. You know, like a lot of guys on the road do that, and it's like, you know what, dude, it ain't home. It's a fucking hotel.
But you know what's really sad? There's a person whose job it is to transform that room. It ain't Keith doing that room.
Yeah.
I hope not.
To talk about the Hall of Fame Awards, I've been twice. I've been to 2 of them. And they start at, I think cocktail hour is at 6. They start the ceremony at 7. You know, I leave at 11, 11:30. It's still well into, you know, God knows what's going on. Yeah. But, like, one year, I went to see Springsteen get inducted because I'm a big fan. And I enjoyed this, but I want to tell you this. You're going to say it sounds like death. Bono probably spent 10, 15 minutes inducting him.
Yeah, and
then Bruce probably spent 15 or 20 minutes, you know. Not only did he talk and do a great rap, and people, you know, they all love him, so you got to pause for the laughs and the applause, and then he brought the whole band on stage. So, like, Bruce's portion was like 45 minutes, but then you got to sit through, you know, old black soul singers that you don't know, and like Dusty Springfield's like best friend came up and talked for like a half an hour.
Yeah, it's
like I saw Steely Dan get inducted. They were great. Somebody inducted them. They came up. They said, you know, listen, we pretty much said everything we need to say on our website, so let's take questions and answers. And they planted people in the audience to ask about like the theory of relativity. 5 minutes. They were off and on. They were great.
Yeah, and then Van Halen was sort of the centerpiece of the induction, and, you know, Michael Anthony.
That was an explosion, an implosion.
And Michael Anthony and Sammy get up, and it's not who everyone wanted to see. So the whole thing just didn't work out this year.
I couldn't figure out, why wouldn't, I understand Eddie's in rehab and David's pissed off, but why wouldn't Alex go?
Because he's aligned with Eddie, and probably Eddie didn't want to go. You know, he won't go anywhere without Eddie.
Eddie probably wouldn't have had Michael Anthony on the stage.
I think he's probably real supportive of his brother.
Eddie strikes me as a guy that takes everything the wrong way, and, like, if his brother showed up, Alex probably goes, I could be out of the band, too. You know, like, he might not talk to me.
I will tell you that, you know, years and years ago, I interviewed those guys at Monsters of Rock. I don't know if you remember. I got thrown out by the manager. I interviewed Alex, and Alex said it was funny, but Alex is clearly one of those guys who's afraid to do anything wrong. He does not want to blow the gig. Apparently, they can find another drummer.
But isn't he considered, I don't know, maybe Fred could answer this the best. Is he considered a great drummer, Alex Van Halen? Because I think his drumming sounds amazing, but I don't know.
I mean, Richard Christie's probably the guy to ask.
I heard Richard in the hallway the other day saying that Alex has never revealed how he did the beginning of Hot for Teacher. It's one of those things that drummers always want to figure out.
No, who gives a shit?
He seems like a talented guy.
He does it in concert. Just go watch him do it. What do you mean he's never revealed it? What's to reveal? Doesn't he do that double pedal bullshit?
Well, it never sounds the same, really, in concert. There's so much going on that some people think maybe he overlaid some stuff in the studio.
I guarantee it. That's why you do things in a studio.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
But also people say that sometimes he would play with, like, 2 drumsticks in each hand, so they say that's how he does it, too.
Oh, so is he a great drummer?
He's an amazing drummer. It's very rare for a drummer to have their own sound. Like, when you hear him play, if the band wasn't over him, you would know it's Alex Van Halen. If you're a drummer, because you hear, like, he has a unique sound.
All right, let's get the test now. We're testing him right now.
He's got a unique Like, even his snare drum sound is so unique. Everything about him is
But don't all drummers have that kind of mark, that fingerprint?
Not really.
Why is his snare...
Well, yeah, a few do.
Why is his snare drum so different?
it just has this, like, it's real ringy, and it just has a unique sound on every album.
Is it the way he hits it, or the way can you tune a drum?
Both. It's both. Yeah, you can tune it and muffle it a certain way. But just the way he plays, like Hot for Teacher is one of the greatest, to me, the greatest drum intro on a popular song ever, I think.
Yeah.
He's no Neil Peart.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. Neil Peart's another good one.
Neil Peart's in what band?
Rush.
The Rush
Me and John Hine are such nerds. We were like, he was up here one day, like, interviewing on another channel, and we got to meet him, and I couldn't even talk.
I would have come. I do. I really love him.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I was a big Rush fan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, brother, thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Now he's not drumming anymore, Richard. He's more or less just making phony phone calls, and I think it's for the better.
He's listening.
Richard Christie, a rare turnover from music to comedy. Doing very well.
King of All Blacks. Let's say hi to King in Bayonne.
Hey, what's up, Al?
Hey, brother.
I'm not going to be able to listen to the show today, so I want you to ask Chris Rock a couple of questions. I want you to ask Chris Rock why, and I want to know your theory on why his movies never do well.
Well, he hasn't had good movies.
Yeah, that basically is holding him back.
No, it doesn't hold back Will Ferrell, or, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Movies are funny.
But at least they're funny, yeah. Yeah, Chris is in that weird zone, I mean, in his past movies, and I hope he... in fact, they sent over a copy of his new movie. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it this weekend, but...
I have high hopes for this one, because he wrote it.
Yeah, well, Chris is one of the funniest guys on the planet. I mean, you see his stand-up, you know that, but...
hilarious in stand-up.
Movies are tricky, you know. You got to really... The only thing I'm nervous about, Chris directed this and wrote it and stars in it, and that smells disaster to me, so I'm hoping that he breaks that kind of jinx, because Eddie Murphy went that path, and Eddie ain't a great...
Sometimes he sort of pulled it off.
Yeah.
Harlem Nights is not a great movie, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's such drop because... people have different talents. Like, Chris Rock's going to come in here and be fucking hilarious. As a talk show guest doing this thing, Will Ferrell comes in here... He's not that great, but he's a great comedic actor. In a movie, he's hilarious. I mean, people have different strengths.
But I can't figure out with Chris is his whole marital status. Like, didn't he have to issue a press statement saying his marriage is fine?
Yes.
Like, who does that?
I don't know.
Like, what's up with that? How do you end up issuing a statement saying your marriage is fine?
That's Tom Cruise territory.
Hey, is this Grover the rapper?
Yeah, it is.
I met Grover the rapper over the weekend.
Yeah?
He came to my Boston DVD signing. Do you know? Have you ever seen Grover?
No.
He's a white dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah, I know
I totally did not know that. And
See, Sal should be going to him for black lessons.
Right, no, I mean, hey, I did not know that. It was startling.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Artie?
Yeah.
Hey, you pulled a smoking hot chick up on stage after your show on Symphony Hall. You fuck her or what?
I wanted to. I thought I had a shot, but that was the lunatic. I got a lunatic woman up there. I almost got into a fight.
What do you mean?
Well, the chick he's talking about was really drunk, and she had fake tits, and she kept, like, blowing me kisses in the front of the front row.
Oh, well, that's a sure come on.
She's like 23.
Wow, she was fucking smoking, dude.
So I say, hey, she goes, come here, give me a kiss. And my move now is I go, I can't bend down over. It's a fire hazard, so come up here and I'll kiss you. So I do that, and sure enough, right behind, there's a fucking dude.
Oh.
And, again, I just hate being that guy. I'm like, all right, man, come on up. You go out this way. But this chick fucking runs ahead, loses this guy, and would not stop just, like, mauling me. She was drunk. She grabbed me. She kept kissing my neck. Ooh. And meanwhile, this kid looks like kind of a tough kid. I don't know. And he's pissed off. And
what's he pissed at you for?
Yeah,
right,
she's
exactly.
the one going crazy.
I think he was pissed at her.
Right.
But I just don't need, like, this is a hassle I don't need now. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, whatever. We got to go. She follows me through the, I guess security might think I want this, because it looks like I might.
Fuck yeah, you want.
Right, so
she's a hot chick.
She follows me through the dressing room, through a whole crowd of people, into my limousine. My mother and sister came with me.
Geez.
Now, she follows me in the limo. It's me, this lunatic chick, and my mother and sister. She's trying to tongue kiss me. She puts her tongue in my ear.
Did you tell her that was your mother and sister?
I'm like, yeah, look, my family's
Who cares?
here.
Yeah.
My family's here. Your boyfriend is clearly upset now. The boyfriend got lost in the crowd.
And so she's in the limo with you? And wait a second, Artie. I got to back you up. If it was some dude trying to get in your limo, you would have had him thrown out.
I know.
You wanted her in the limo.
Listen, I was trying to figure out the deal. Like, maybe they're on the outs. Look, I mean, she was hot.
But, dude, don't act like you couldn't get her out of the limo.
Well, first of all, at first it wasn't that easy. She was like, I'm telling you, she was just grabbing onto me.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is where I totally let it out. So now she picks out a Sharpie. She goes, sign my ticket. I sign a ticket. She grabs a Sharpie. She goes, I want to write my phone number down. I don't have a piece of paper. So I'm like, well, we'll try to find one. So now I'm stalling because I might, I don't know, I'll call her later.
Of course, she's hot.
So she writes her phone number in Sharpie down on my hand.
Oh.
And she's all drunk trying to do it, like right in front of my mom. She's like, oh, call me. Like she goes, I want to fuck you so bad. Oh. And I'm like, all right. So she writes her number down. It took her forever. And now I'm going like this. Now I'm going, this is obnoxious. I go, is that a 7? Like, because part of me's like, what? So she goes, call me and let me know where the after party is because they got an after party going. So I go, all right. So we go back to the hotel. The limo drops off my mom. And Florentine's with me. Florentine's the best guy to have. He goes, dude, who gives a fuck? Just fuck her.
Right.
So I call her. The number she wrote on my hand on the way to the after party, and her boyfriend answered. Oh. And I go, hello? He goes, Artie, where the fuck are you? I go, I don't know. Your girl's out of control, but she said she wanted to come in. I go, look, if you want to come to the after party, I'm so sorry. That wasn't my fault. Come. And I told him where it was. He goes, all right. They show up at the after party.
Oh, great.
Now,
what's she wearing, by the way?
She was wearing a leather, like, pants with, like, she had fake tits. She wanted me to sign her tits. That's how the Sharpie came. So I signed her tits, and really, like, a perfect tan, little Italian broad. And they come to the after party, and they put us, like, in a back room, you know. So
with the dude there?
The dude was there, but I didn't see him at first.
Right.
She just comes like a bolt of lightning. And now I was sitting in the corner, and I was talking to this other chick. I don't know. It's like I've never been on a hotter streak with broads. So, and the other chick who I just started talking to gave me her number on one of the ticket stubs. And this other chick comes and was real aggressive. And now this other girl's kind of jealous. I'm like, well, I'm living Brad Pitt's life all of a sudden. So
nice.
The other chick comes over to me, and now the drunk chick, out of control chick, she's fucking licking my face, and she was drinking, a young Richard Harris or Peter O'Toole. She was, like, drinking, like, Jaeger. They got to order a tequila, Jaeger, and tequila and beer. And I'm like, you're drinking me under the table. You're going to throw up? She goes, no, I hold my liquor really well. She was real thin with a tan stomach and the fake tits. So, I'm like, okay, keep drinking. So now she grabs my cell phone, and she's doing some shit with my cell phone. Oh. I notice it 10 minutes later, and I see she's got Bob Saget and David Spade's number.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
And she's looking at it. I can see she's trying to memorize it.
Oh, my God, Artie.
And I'm like, give me that. She goes, no, I was writing my
Knowing Saget and Spade, they wouldn't mind if this chick had their number.
Of course not. Like, I could care less.
Yeah, but I mean...
Luckily, I don't have yours in there.
They don't know who she is.
So,
Spade's he's a little jittery.
So now she does that. She goes, I put a better number in there. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to retrieve it. So now Florentine comes over to me. And when Florentine says this, you know you got to heat it because he's just trying to get everybody laid around him. Florentine's a guy's guy. He goes, dude, her boyfriend's here. He's fucking pissed off. Just know. He whispers this in my ear. He goes, he's watching every move you make, man. Don't fucking kiss her or nothing because he's fucking mad. And he looks like he was a big guy. So I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck? He goes, just tell the guy to come over here and grab his girlfriend. I don't need this hassle. I got this other chick. So, sure enough, 10 minutes later, she bit me. She almost drew blood. And boyfriend comes over. There's a table. He jumps on the table, and I thought he was going to pull out a gun. So I got my arm fucking cocked, just like to hit this kid in the face. And he gets right, and he goes, no, Artie, I'm not mad at you. And I go, all right. He gets right in the broad's face, giving him the finger. Fuck you, slut. You fucking slut. Fuck you. And I'm like, what if you ever met Bruce Willis? She's doing this to me, you know. You got issues with this broad. Right. So I felt like pulling him aside and going, listen, let me fuck her, and just you fucked her. Now go on. Like, get her out of your life.
Right.
Yeah, why do you want to be with her?
I'll fuck her and you can leave.
Now she continues to flirt with me. The kid's an inch from her face. And I felt so bad for the guy. So finally he grabbed her. They leave. The next day I'm at breakfast telling my uncle the story at the hotel, and it shows I got a text message, and I got to give it to Teddy. I don't know how to get a text message. So Teddy reads, and he goes, yeah, it's from that girl, and She goes, this is my other number. I live in New York City. We're big fans. We drove up to New York to see it. So she goes, this is my other number. I live in New York. I'm dying to get together with you. You're such a good time. Please call me.
Such a good time. Yeah, you need about 80 Jaegers in you.
Right. So, I mean, I think she's kind of easy to get drunk.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I called Florentine, and the kid seemed like a nice guy. I mean, I so relate to that guy, not to me. You know, I'm the guy who
wait a second.
But no,
what are you going to do about it?
But I'd
be over there today fucking her.
I'm so horny now. Believe me, every phone number I got on the road, I'm calling people. I'm like, I'm just going to try to get as much pussy as I can.
Good.
Like, why not? I mean,
That's what you're supposed to do
now. You sound like a man.
For the first time, I'm really...
like he really discovered something.
Yeah, he goes, you know what? I think I'm going to get some pussy.
Well, you know, for the first time...
Can I ask you something? Are you going to call this broad?
I'm thinking I am. I got a couple of guys, like Florentine said, yeah, fucking just call her. And I'm like, well, what if this guy's like a maniac and shit?
Oh, man, he knows.
Is he sticking with this chick?
I don't know. I don't know. To me, I would have just left the fucking slut. Yeah. Like, fuck her. But, maybe he really has feelings for the girl. He sat there and watched her maul me.
Wow.
He doesn't have feelings.
It's
probably the hottest chick he ever got, and he wants to hold on. But she's a total fucking... She's totally disrespecting the dude.
He also looked like a guy who could get chicks. You know what I mean? But I guess the fame thing with these broads, they just don't care. And I mean, she was being so disrespectful to him. And I got that old guinea in me, too. I'm like, I would have fucking... part of me wanted to smack her. So, yeah.
What does she look like? How tall is she?
Grover, help me out here. She's like about 5'3". She looks like a little...
cute little thing. I could only see her from the back, but her ass was fucking... It was there.
You know what? The Italian American Idol chick. She's got that kind of...
Yeah. He's right.
That kind of body.
So I would call her up and say, I'm coming over today to fuck you.
Little Italian broad.
I mean, that's the type of girl you say, I'm coming over. Let's see what's going to go down.
Right. She's 23.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it was so funny, though, because I'm sitting there, like, if the boyfriend wasn't there, I just would have made out with her right there. We wouldn't have gotten through the limo ride. It would have been, we wouldn't have got to the hotel.
I like that you're making out with her in front of your mom.
I wasn't, though. Like, it was so embarrassing. I'm like,
hey, Mom, can you get out of the car?
My mother's like...
That is desperate.
Why's your mom with you? Why's your mom with you?
It was Symphony Hall in Boston. It was a sort of a classy gig. And she likes getting out of the house. And I brought her up. I got her
to the wrong show.
Get her own car, Artie.
Yeah. Well, we had a big limo. We went to Ritz. I mean, I didn't know this was going to happen. The last time I got laid was the chick I sent flowers to. That was,
Did you send the flowers?
Last week. No.
You went with Robin's advice.
Everybody. And this other girl who I've become friendly with, I'm talking on the phone. I asked her advice, and she's like, no, don't send the flowers.
Yeah, too bad. Chick almost had flowers.
Yeah, but it would have been the wrong message, I'm telling you.
I mean, just...
But most of the emailers agree with you, Robin.
Yeah.
If anybody fucking is even thinking about, like, just look at what showbiz... I've never been more obese. I'm gross. Right. And I'm a comedian on this show. You know what I mean? It's like chicks are just, they're all whores.
Well, this is what Howard was saying to Jackie. Jackie left the show and became single.
Yeah,
That's not what you do.
I like Jackie's dating women his own age.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
I think about all the hot chicks in high school. Now I think about them. I go, ooh, they're my age.
Yeah, you don't want them back.
But you hear about, like, Spade was like that. When I first got to know Spade really well when we were shooting that movie, he was so into that Sophie Marceau chick.
Right.
And she was married to a French director, and she was so arrogant. She was real condescending towards Spade every day, but he would hit on her every day. And I'm going, what do you, Spade, I said, go to Hooters and throw a rock and fuck the first chick it hits. What do you care about a famous broad, Wait
a minute. Eventually,
I got to tell you something.
You got to up your game.
My game is up to where it's going to go. See, I'm so bad with women. When I got on Mad TV, there were friends of mine who were, like, smooth with women who would come to visit me in L.A. and get laid because they knew me.
Right.
And I wouldn't get laid.
See, I'm like you. I'm real bad with women, but I found that being famous, you don't have to be good at all. They just come up to you.
They do it for you.
Yeah.
Well, but think about how crazy insecure an actress must be in this. But, like, take, for example, like me and Frank cast that chick Kara in my movie.
Right.
we could totally fire her at any moment. You know what I mean? If me and Frank were sleazebags and came on to her, now this chick's going, God, what do I do? Do I fuck this slob of a person who could fire me? You know, and if I do that, am I a whore? But I want to be in the movie. You know, so many women go through that daily, and I feel bad for them almost.
And you know the big stars?
Yeah,
they
right.
figure it out.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you hear about there's certain actresses that are rumored to have just slept with everybody to the top. One of my buddies who came to see me in Boston just said, you know, Danny, one of our other friends, called me up and said, oh, Artie's Last Letterman is really funny. You got to watch it.
Fine, it's right there on YouTube.
He just called up YouTube. And in a way, I'm happy my buddy got to see it, you know, because he never would have without it. So it's like a weird line.
Chris Rock stopping by real soon. He'll be here in about 20 minutes or so.
The guy's got some good chick stories.
Yeah, you ought to swap stories with him.
Well, he was the one who got snared in one of those, you know, they had the hot chick at the club, and she was coming on to him, and the next thing he knew, they were trying to blackmail him.
That to me is the greatest, most honest celebrity revelation ever on this show. To me, I'm like, people ask about the best guest ever. I'm like, here's Chris Rock, an A-list guy. The fact that he told us that story.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great story, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there, man. It's unbelievable.
What a scam.
Chicks telling them they're pregnant, everything.
And he told me the hotel it happened at. He didn't say it on the air, but I off the air, I said, I got one guess of the hotel, and I told him, he goes, you're right. And it's a hotel I stay at a lot. The bar is just packed with, like, $5,000 a night hookers.
Wow.
And, you know, celebrities like me, D-level celebrities like me, just fucking trying to get laid.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Lisa, what are you reporting on Battle of the Blobs?
Jason Kaplan ran into the newsroom yesterday and said, you have to look into this more, that Benji, that it's impossible that Jason ran into a nutritionist that said it's impossible that he gained and lost as much as he did in just 2 weeks. And he said,
it was 6 days.
Well, 6 days he lost it in, not 2 weeks.
Well, he gained, according to Scott the engineer, he gained 15 pounds, and then within a week he lost 20 pounds. And this story just won't die. So we will be reviewing the videotape.
All right.
Hey, you know what? I predicted that you guys would accuse me because I know how I lose.
And
I begged for it to be searched.
Scott's just being an asshole.
I did not cheat.
Howard, I got to tell you, it's more than just Scott. Like Jason, who's got a great sense of humor. Yesterday was like seething, and he was down at New York Sports Club, and he's talking to this nutritionist, who's got a PhD, and she said, it's impossible. Hold on. And then everyone's saying that the whole Benji saying, I want everyone checked, was sort of like a smokescreen. You know what I mean?
It was a smoke.
Hold it. Can I say something? I watched The Biggest Loser. There are heavy-set guys who are just way bloated who get on the first week and lose in the 20-pound range. So to say it ain't possible, it's almost a common practice on The Biggest Loser.
You know, I support Benji, and I'll tell you why. I went back and looked at that contest that he and I did however many years ago, and Benji lost 16 pounds in the first week.
In the first day, actually.
No, it's the first week.
Look back more. You'll see in the first day.
But so it's possible for Benji to lose that kind of weight. He's fatter now than he was then. But the guys really are upset.
Jason, what are you claiming he did?
No, first of all, Benji's a great guy and he's a friend of mine, and I do not believe he's cheated. But it's just starting. I don't believe he cheated, but it's just yesterday it just got to me. I talked to so many people yesterday that came up to me. These nutritionists and these cardio guys down at the gym, and they're all telling me to...
Cardio guys? They're all boobs.
All right, fine, but you know...
What is a cardio guy?
What do you think he did?
I don't know what he did, and I really don't think he cheated, but just yesterday...
Well, how do you cheat? How would he cheat?
Everybody has to see kids with math.
You're going to review the tape to look for a hunk of metal coming out of his ass? What are you trying to find?
It got to me yesterday. It just completely bummed me out yesterday. So many people were saying it, so I gave Lisa a card and said investigate it.
You're bummed out, but what is it you think he did?
I don't know. I would love if Benji could tell us what he did, like step by step.
He'll tell you exactly what he did.
Okay.
He's not hiding it.
You're one of those assholes who thinks Barry Bonds does steroids.
He ate his ass off and drank shitloads of water, put on as much weight as he could before the contest, which isn't a bad strategy. What am I missing?
Absolutely. That's what we all talked about. That's what we all did. Jason.
Right, we all did it.
You know, you lost, how much did you lose?
13.
That's an amazing amount. And you know what, Jace? to start with, that's mostly water for you.
Right, I know.
Look, if I was a good guy and really into helping one of my teammates here, I'd get in. I guarantee I could lose 20 pounds in a week.
I guarantee you could.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lose a huge chunk again just to blow these guys' minds for next week. And then I'm going to go up again. Then I'm going to go up some weight just to let them think
Psych them out,
Now you piss me off. What is it? What is it? Wednesday? I'm going to lose 20 pounds by Monday.
Are you?
I'm going to try.
Can you do it?
Now I'm pissed off. I bet I could do it. I'm enormously fat.
There are people that said that. It's like they said
he was in his
weights,
underpants.
but they said fish weights. He can jam them up in his rectum.
This is so insulting to my team.
You know what? If he went to the trouble of jamming fish weights into his rectum, give him the 20 grand right now.
I agree with that. That's a motivated person.
What is that, Benji?
That would be cheating, and I did not do that.
We all know that Scott's price for putting something in your ass is way more.
I can understand them being...
I won't do it for under $1 million.
Because I did beg for ass searches because I predicted this would happen.
Right.
No, but that was a smoke screen. Now
I'm thinking maybe Scott did something. And that this is the whole thing.
I had a cut in my ass.
Well, maybe you're right. All right. So, Lisa, what else is in the news?
I'm thinking about catching AIDS. How's that sound, to lose weight?
That sounds awesome.
Sounds like you're on your way.
I looked into it.
I bet you could lose 20 pounds in a week that way.
I could have AIDS by Saturday.
It takes 3 months for really to
kick in. Yeah. Let's go to Seth. Let a couple of people have a word, and then I'll play you some phony phone calls. Chris Rock should be here. Seth, go ahead.
Wah, I got hot chicks hitting on me at my comedy shows, and all I have to do is get rid of their boyfriends. Wah.
Who's whang? I'm just telling a story.
Hey, Art, listen. I think these guys, they have a move. It's called, hey, go tell Artie I want to fuck him so I can get to the after party.
No, but you know what? Believe me, I'm a veteran of that, but this chick, ask anybody who was there, this chick
She was making out with him.
Yeah, she was out of her mind. She was ready to go.
Yeah, this one
he really put her up to it.
Yeah. All right, thank you. I know what you mean. There is a move, and it's weird. It's very important to people to go to an after party.
And they're so lame.
And boyfriends will send their girls back to make Artie believe that they're into him.
Well, that's why I was shocked when you said you called that number she gave you, and the boyfriend picked up and said, Artie, where are you?
Well,
he wasn't angry. He wanted to get to that after party.
The next day, she called me back with a different number. I mean, so she's taking the scam a little far.
Hey, Chris Rock is here.
Wow, that's exciting.
When's the last time I saw Chris Rock?
I don't know.
Chris and I always, attempt to sort of reach out and have a personal friendship, and then it just falls apart.
Well, how are you going to do that? Because you can't really get together as couples, can you?
No, he didn't. No, we can't because his wife doesn't like me.
She doesn't like you at all.
I can't do the couple thing with Chris. Yeah, he got bamboozled.
But how do you blackmail a guy if he's not...
Well, because she was trying to claim that the baby she was having was Chris's.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. But Chris had to, prove it.
Oh,
yeah, you remember the details? That's the most involved scam of all time.
It was very complicated. I couldn't even keep my head around it.
Did she have, she had a Nigerian boyfriend who gets her pregnant or something?
Yeah, it was a Nigerian guy who had a... it sounds like something from a movie. A Nigerian guy who had a ring of hot white chicks that he would send to black married entertainers.
My God.
They would have sex with him. Then the Nigerian guy would get the girls pregnant. And the guys, they would only send them to married guys. So a lot of guys would just pay money rather than to even have to take a test.
Wow.
That's great.
Now, did they
buy his life story? You should do that movie.
That's your next movie. You play the Nigerian.
I play the Nigerian guy.
That's a fucking movie.
They get hot white girls pregnant.
Is it easy for you to get a movie deal this time around because you have everything? Your TV show is a hit.
I don't think so. I mean, it's the movie business.
So what is the movie business? In other words, you come up with this idea to make a remake.
I come up with an idea, and it's relatively cheap. Took it to a couple of people, Searchlight.
And did Searchlight say to you, hey, Chris, what the fuck are you doing directing this film? You're no director.
No, they wanted me to direct it.
They wanted you?
Yeah, they did.
And did you want to direct it?
Not really.
So why did you direct it?
Because I was on the C level of directors. I was on the C list, and when you get down there, you might as well do it yourself.
I see. So you said, I can do this movie, I'm going to direct it. Because that's always a danger. Eddie Murphy starts directing his own movies and writing his own movie. It's a dangerous area.
Yeah, but he did everything on that movie.
Yeah, but as a first movie...
You spread yourself thin.
That's right. You got to be careful with this.
I know.
But Harlem Nights is funny as hell, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
There's some funny shit in Harlem Nights.
That Della Reese scene is...
Hey, man. Arsenio crying, shooting people?
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
Come on.
So you have this idea.
It holds up 20 years later.
But is it true that Spielberg or something? Did that story Spielberg told you to direct
actually told me to direct.
Spielberg told you to direct it? How do you meet with Spielberg?
Because when I directed Head of State, he paid for it. So, I mean, it was DreamWorks. So.
Head of State you directed, and he said you should be the director of this film.
Well, he said you should direct more films.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. All right, well, if he tells you that, then okay, then you get some credibility.
Yeah, if you tell me to do a radio show, I go, okay, maybe I should do that.
Exactly.
So you decide you're going to do this film, and now you're sitting and saying, okay, I can't fuck this up, because if this one fucks up, this could be it. This could be the end.
End of what?
End of the movie career.
Oh, let's hope
True?
not.
No, I'm saying this is a big pressure.
Wait a minute.
There's always black guy in Sandler movie.
That's true.
But you also brought up the point that he has a hit TV show on. Doesn't that give him a little more capital?
It does.
The movie business don't give a shit.
And there's always, I can always be that zebra in Madagascar. We just started that.
When you were that's true.
I'm in the B movie with Seinfeld. I'm a mosquito.
How much money do you need to make this weekend in order to be a success?
I have no idea.
Come on.
I just need people to like the movie.
Well, okay, that's true. When does it get reviewed? Tomorrow?
Friday.
Well, they come out.
Friday, yeah.
Friday. They come out on Friday.
So far it's been a reporter and Variety hated it.
Right.
But Ain't It Cool and Siskel and Ebert loved it. So.
Siskel and Ebert gave it thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. So
and
that's
I never got thumbs up over there.
This is the first thumbs up.
Everything I get gets trashed over there.
Right. So this is a big deal then. You're on the right track.
I'm on the right track.
I'm going to see it this weekend. So now talk to me about the pressure. Don't tell me you haven't dreamt about how much money this movie is.
I'm telling you, we're not even, like 300 is going to be #1, and this Wild Hogs thing is just huge. So,
right.
I don't even know what we're going to...
You don't know.
I just want a movie people like. I mean, my biggest things are like my HBO special. Who the hell watches an HBO special?
Right.
But if you do something good...
People will come.
People kind of get... The word kind of gets out and people
And
know.
this is different for you. It's like an adult comedy, which is... I'm excited about that for you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the chicks are hot?
Chicks are very hot.
Who's the chick who plays the girl, like the girlfriend? Because she looks pretty hot to me.
Kerry Washington.
She's real hot.
I'd like to fuck her.
The King of Scotland. It's a shot of her ass in The King of Scotland that you go like, that's the world's greatest ass.
Really?
Absolutely.
She kind of has a Robin Givens type vibe?
Kind of.
Perhaps.
Not quite as edgy as Robin Givens.
Did you find on the set that you kind of were attracted to her? I mean, there's got to be a chemistry.
She's a gorgeous girl, but,
Did you rehearse your scenes with her? Do you have a bedroom scene with her?
No.
You don't have any bedroom scenes with her? No scenes with
But you're married to Gina Torres.
Exactly.
Right. She's not bad either.
Now, the one that plays the girlfriend is the one I like.
The one that's the girlfriend is super hot.
I mean, they're both beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me understand something.
So the girlfriend's hotter than the wife?
Yeah.
It's real life.
That's
do
why
you get into bed with the girlfriend at all?
No, I do not get
You
into
never
bed.
do. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Do you hug her?
Hey, have you seen the Dice reality show?
I haven't. How is it?
It's the most depressing thing ever.
Yeah.
And I love Dice. And he's great on it, but there's something so depressing about comedy.
Yeah,
and
there is a sad element, though.
Stand-up. And
do you think it has something to do with, like, Dice now has gray hair and, like,
a receding hair? Because you look at the early Dice, and it's like, yeah, he fits into that leather suit.
Chris saying that now's got me thinking about being extra depressed. I'm in the... and I opened for Dice in New Hampshire, and that's the final episode of the show. It talk about sad. I'm going to be in the sadness. And I doubt I had a happy-looking face on backstage for that.
What's the publicity tour like? Like, where are you going today?
Charlie Rose.
Oh, Charlie Rose.
Yeah.
He's a good interviewer.
Your show, Charlie Rose, kind of same thing.
Yeah. Same kind of style.
Yeah, sitting there with Charlie, it's about this much fun, right?
What was it like doing Inside the Actors Studio?
That was kind of surreal. And
2 hours they devoted to you.
Yeah, we really did like 4.
Yeah.
Edited.
That guy kisses your ass so good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really... You know what? If you're ever feeling bad about yourself, just go do that show.
Well, you know what? They asked me to do it, and I thought it would be like a big honor.
Right after you get married, about a year in...
You'll need that show.
When depression really hits you.
My agent said to me, they want you to be on Inside the Actors Studio, so I thought he was all for it. Then I go, well, all right, I'll do it, because I'd like to get my ass kissed like that. That guy really knows how to kiss. He goes, you're not doing that. He goes, that's boring. I go, it is? I always like Inside the Actors Studio.
It's great. He does all the research. Like, when you meet him, he'll tell you everything about you.
I think he's really good.
He's really good.
I don't know, but then the agent talked me out of it, so I would go with him.
Do you think it'd be hard to goof on it afterwards? I think, because I mean, that's like
maybe that's it. When you're directing your own movie, so who tells you if you did a shitty job?
I have an acting coach there.
Right.
And she kind of directs me.
Oh, she says to you, listen, you didn't nail it.
Yeah.
You didn't play it right.
Yeah. can play up to other actors. Like Steve Buscemi's in this movie. He kind of helped me out.
He's good, man.
He's really good.
Is he funny?
He's hysterical in this movie.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's a womanizer in the movie.
Oh, no kid. Buscemi?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Ladies' man.
That's funny casting.
Steve Buscemi talking about pussy the whole movie. I think you'll like this movie.
I think I'm going to.
This is not a piece. This is a movie that I really.
This is not a piece of shit.
This is not a piece of product.
Right. No, I am
make money.
I'm very excited about this movie, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because A, I think this casts you in a different light. B, I like the premise, and I saw the promo for it. You know, I saw the preview, and it looks funny to me. Like, you as a guy who's sexually frustrated, I know you know that role. So I like it.
I had to do some research.
Yeah. You're right.
I had to dig deep.
I'm pulling for you.
Who'd you talk to?
I really hope this is
Talk to Howard.
I hope this is a big movie for you. I really do.
Oh, thanks.
I think you're one of the nicest guys in the world, and certainly one of the funniest guys in the world. I've told you that. I think you're the funniest stand-up comic out there. Who's funnier than Chris right now?
Hey, that Cat Williams is funny.
Cat Williams actually is funny.
Cat Williams is funny, man.
He is funny. We got him on here.
You
He's
pay him
funny.
the N-word, he's got to retire, that's sure. But it's hard to figure out a guy better than Rock at
I'm trying to think. I heard somebody say... I think it was Eddie Murphy who said Chris Rock is the best.
Like if someone said he was the best ever, you know,
Richard Pryor is the best ever.
Yeah, but you know, someone from this generation could argue you.
I would never want to follow Sam Kinison for any amount of money.
Your album, the album I'm talking about, the one that Ralph does,
the HBO special, Bring the Pain,
is better than any Richard Pryor album.
You never really knew Richard Pryor.
I didn't say that. Howard said that.
I say it.
I don't want to get kicked in the face.
If Richard Pryor was sitting here, I would tell him the same thing.
Everybody bows at the statue of Richard Pryor.
That first Richard Pryor concert film with the red shirt.
That's the funniest thing
it ain't as good as Chris's album.
Ever done.
It's like watching a guy do jazz or something.
Live at least 6 times, and I saw people on the floor who could not get back in their seats.
Funniest guy ever.
I'm telling you,
the handicap
Richard Pryor wishes he could have made the album Chris made. He hadn't done it.
It was a different time, but he's
brilliant.
Broke ground.
See, without Richard Pryor, he doesn't do that special. That's the point. Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy is more brilliant than Richard Pryor at stand-up. I hate to say it.
Not true.
Eddie Murphy's a more dynamic performer.
All around
Eddie
town.
Murphy could make me Eddie Murphy made me cry.
Is the coolest guy to ever step on a stage.
That's right.
Right. But you outdid them all. And I'll say it, and I'll say it till I die. I'm not James Lipton. I don't sit and blow smoke up people's ass. That album is the most brilliant comedy album of all time, and that's it. You're done. You don't have to do shit anymore.
I got to do something.
I don't know. Sit home in that basement, stare at those fish.
No, the point is, if you say that, no one would think you're crazy for saying it. It's an argument, and that's a pretty big thing to say.
It's an amazing set, or whatever you call that shit. It's amazing.
Whatever it is, yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine that it's that good.
By the way, I have one question. Now that Eddie Murphy and his wife broke up.
Yeah, I thought for sure you were going to do that.
You two, like, you know, you
we used to go out with the wives every now and then.
Yeah, you used to do that.
Every now and then we would actually...
I would imagine if a new Chris Rock movie's coming out, people do get excited. I think you're going to do very well.
Let's hope so.
I think it's a good theme. I think I love my wife. A lot of guys can relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
But people don't realize how much of an actual business it is. Like, it's not based on them loving Bring the Pain. It's based on these fucking idiots reacting.
But it is. Because of those great performances, they want to see Chris Rock.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think the executives even get what the fuck's going on with that shit.
All right, take it easy, Artie.
It's okay.
Not everyone's bitter.
Coming out,
come on, Artie.
No.
Sebastiano's over it.
I got a radio gig. I was going to say, he employs Frank Sebastiano.
Oh.
So I got to thank him for that, because maybe we'll get to write another movie that'll lose money.
Sebastiano's a good man.
Nah, Frank's funny.
That's right. Listen, I say if the movie makes over $100 million, Chris Rock is divorced tomorrow.
We will never see Chris again. He's divorcing us.
Thanks a lot, Chris. It's always good seeing you, man. Thanks.
All right.
We'll be back right after these words. What used to bother me about terrestrial radio is I'd be doing an interview and then I have all this pressure with the spots, and really the guests didn't want to hang out through the spots. You kind of like just
right. It's hard to keep the momentum and the whole attitude going out in a commercial break.
So what's cool is, like, you know, we got Chris Rock, and even if you got to leave your car and go out for the day, you know, we'll have it back on the replay. You'll hear different portions of the interviews. So my whole attitude is like, hey, let's have a real conversation. Let's sit here and talk. Let's see where it goes.
Just like you would at a bar. Go everywhere. You know, change subjects. You know, keep going.
Yeah, and he's such a good...
He's wonderful.
He's such a
good, bright guy, you know. I really
I don't
like
him, but he's wonderful.
You don't like him?
I'm teasing.
He's a good dude.
I like Chris a lot.
Yeah. And the few times I've seen him socially, he's always just like a nice guy.
He actually, yeah, he'll, you know, I've been to basketball games where he was, and he'll come and sit and eat with you. He's a cool dude.
Biggest blob contest sponsored by Solaris. Benji's on Solaris, and so far he's the biggest blob loser. He's, what?
No, it seems to really be having an effect.
How many times a day do you take it?
Well, you can take it anywhere from 1 to 4 times. 1 to 4 a day, depending on your size.
What are you doing?
Right now, I'm doing it twice a day.
I see. Cylaris.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing 2 tablets a day.
Right.
But you can do it up to twice a day.
I see.
What?
Don't get into it. Don't get too into listening to him.
Just look at the effect it has on me by the end of this contest.
Yeah, well, he lost 21 pounds in a week.
But the big thing you'll see in long term, the amount it's off and the amount that's going to stay off.
Good for you.
Because Artie comes in with his giant cupcake.
Well, Artie wants to lose weight.
Whoa, Artie.
Well, somebody put all the cupcakes right by my fucking... People are playing dirty.
Which kind is that? Is that coconut?
No, that's the St. Patrick's Day one.
It's green.
With sprinkles.
That does look good, man.
Did you know the other team has meetings and stuff? I just heard them planning their meeting.
Tim's team has a meeting?
They were talking about their meeting today.
That's because they're gay.
They were talking about their meetings and their trainers, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
They were discussing heart rates.
Artie's team has no support like that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're winning just because Benji's losing so much weight. Well, you're almost winning.
Absolutely, we're winning. We're going to take this motherfucker.
Eat your cupcake.
No, but, you know, again, today... So
I thought you got motivated.
Jason gets me a bagel every morning, right? But on Cupcake Wednesday, I go, look, I get a cupcake, so I don't need the bagel. So he got me the bagel anyway today.
Yeah, well, you know, he's in the contest.
He paid for it out of his own fucking pocket. And I said, someone's fucking fighting dirty here, man.
Lee, you're on in San Diego. Hi.
You keep talking about this clip of Sal dancing around outside of Gary's office with a Gary mask.
Yes.
But, you know, even with the new Howard TV website, I don't see where that is on there.
By the way, that website looks good. The Howard TV website really is pretty rocking. But how could Lee find the Ganges? Is that you? Yeah. How can Lee get to a microphone? Where is the clip of Sal dancing in the Gary mask? How do you find that?
It is part of the March 1st Daily Show.
All right, just go down to the Daily Shows and pull up the March 1st.
We're also going to put it on the Howard.tv website.
You are?
Yeah, we're going to put that just a little clip of him dancing on there.
Oh, that's funny.
Have people in your personal life, like family members and friends, have they started asking you, like, to borrow more money? And what's the largest amount of money someone's asked you to borrow that wasn't like, you know, a whack packer, that was somebody you felt like you had?
No, my family, I'm incredibly lucky that way. My family's very, very respectful of me and what it is I have or what they imagine I have. There is nothing ever like that in my family.
You don't have any wacky cousins who come out of the woodwork?
I mean my immediate family.
Yeah, but, you know, every once in a while that happens where you get some
I had one relative hit me up this was before Sirius, for some dough, and I didn't think it was appropriate because I thought the dough would be wasted. And, you know, there were people in his family that could give him the dough, and so I got a little offended by it, and then I got a letter saying that I don't need the money, but he does. And I did get offended by that, but
you don't need the money.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't need the money. I go, well, you know, you're mistaken.
It's a shame you made it since you don't need it.
I'll determine who needs my money. Turns out I need it.
You should have told him, you know what? You're wrong. I'm planning on buying the planet Venus.
Right. I'm saving
so
up.
I need the money.
Well, you know what?
I'm building a rocket ship so I can get away from you. Right. So you don't know how much money I need.
How do you know what I'm doing?
People say they think your money is extra money. I'm like, there's no such thing as extra money.
Right. It's just money laying around. But no, I'm very blessed that way. I don't have a lot of leeches in my life.
How about Artie?
Artie is not a leech.
No, I mean, does he have leeches in his life?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he does. Artie does.
You know what? Unfortunately, and it's certainly not my immediate family, but between friends and extended people, yeah, some obnoxious motherfuckers.
Do you give the money? Because I see you giving money to Jeff Currow that I don't think you should.
I have in the past, and it never... I'll tell you one thing. You know what you do also when you give somebody money, especially a loser, is you sort of... You create a bigger monster. Because then they think they're entitled to it for some reason. And God forbid you know, you bring it up that they owe you money, they think you're being snooty.
Right. You're
why should they pay it back? You've got more.
Well, one of my buddies, this is a classic story. And he had a lot of problems in his life with Dre, one of my best friends. But he had borrowed a bunch of money from me, and he was out in L.A. He happened to be out there bumming around. He comes by my work at the Norm Show. He asked me for $2,000. So I go, I don't have any cash on me. What about a check? He goes, all right.
So you have to.
This honestly happened.
Yeah.
So I'm writing out the check, and I guess while I'm writing out the check, I don't know what kind of look I had on my face. I guess it wasn't a look of joy. And he was probably his antenna was so up about me giving him shit about it. Whatever look, he just figured out in his own head what it must have been. And he goes, hey, what's with the attitude?
Oh!
In the middle of me writing out the check, he goes, hey, what's with the attitude?
You should do it with a smile.
So, in other words, like, he felt like he was projecting on me that I had an attitude.
Right.
And he's already in defense. Defenses are up about that. And, I mean, I almost ran across the table and fucking strangled him. It's a good thing he can kick the shit out of me. You know, it just, you know, so some people are, I mean, you're lucky that way. I mean, I have an extraordinary amount. You ever loan somebody money and you know, look, there's no way I'm ever seeing, like, you have such a lack of confidence in the person. I write off the money. Like, our friend Cabby here, I loaned him $1,000 like 2 years ago.
Did your friend ever pay you back?
Which one?
The one with the attitude.
Oh, no.
And Cabby...
No. And that kid, I probably loaned that kid, Howard, since I got on Mad TV and he started monitoring my income. I probably loaned that kid $30,000.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. And you know what? He affects charities, because I said, you know what, man? I almost said his name.
You're my charity.
In a way, yeah, because I'm like, dude, I would probably be giving this money to the fucking church or something, and I look at my income at the end, and I'm like, well, fuck, I can't be giving charity away. I have these charity cases in my life. And
you don't get to write them off.
Right. Well, 6 months after I loaned Cabby $1,000, he gives me $100. He came into the studio.
That was nice.
I'm like, all right, but now it's been $900, and for a couple of years, in other words, I just know I'll never see it.
It's not that you need the money, but he should have the pride to say, you know, here's
Howard,
the money back.
I'm like you. I mean,
I would call you every day and go, listen, I don't have the $900, but you are going to get it.
It would be exactly when there's been times, unfortunately, in my past where I had to borrow a little bit of money from one of my uncles. My godfather, my Uncle Tommy, bailed me out with a bookie once when I was like 21 years old. It's the only large amount of money I've ever borrowed. It was $1,000, but it was a huge amount of money to me at the time. I couldn't sleep every day I owed him the money. You know what I mean? I had to get it back to him. High Pitch Eric came to my stand-up gig in Atlantic City a month ago. I promised him $200 if he said hi to the crowd. I only had $100 on me. I was paranoid about that. I told Teddy, remind me every day, High Pitch Eric, $100. Finally, High Pitch comes around looking for it, the dirtbag. And I gave him $100 just out of my guilt trip. But could you imagine that con man dirtbag? I felt guilty.
He owes so much more money to other people. He's looking for his money.
People have clear heads. I would love to be there.
Jeff, you're on the air in Detroit. Say hi.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, I just calling to say that I can't believe how competitive Artie is. And it really came through when you had Chris Rock on, because when you guys have other guests on the show, I mean, you're lucky to get a comment or two out of him. When Chris is on there, he's stepping on Chris, he's stepping on Howard, he's talking about himself, he's grabbing the mic. I mean, it was really, really obvious.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. When I interview people, there is a certain rhythm to the interview that I need. I do sometimes need space. And Artie, I feel, is very respectful of that, and Robin, too. They know that sometimes they have to back off because someone's got to take over. And, you know, but there are times, too, when there is sort of a freewheeling conversation. It's a lot of people in the room, and it is very difficult sometimes to know when to come in. So I don't feel, Artie, you're being competitive with Chris Rock. I think you're trying to ask him.
Competitive with Chris Rock. I'm a big fan of the guy, and, I mean, I try to, again, it's all a process.
It's hard. It's a
I try to limit myself to where if I really got something funny, or because my only fucking goal here is to be funny or a little bit interesting, and there's times, you're right, dude, I talk too much and it's a problem, but you know, nobody's perfect.
It's not an exact science. It's a conversation, and really it's difficult because sometimes I'll listen back to the show. The one I was critical of was Muhammad Al-Fayed. There were too many people talking while that interview was going on, but at the same point, there was a lot of good stuff coming up. So it's a hard road to go down, and I think everybody here is pretty aware of it. We talk about it sometimes. So, you know...
Well, I don't want to say I didn't enjoy it, because I did enjoy it, but I just thought it was very funny because he was I have never heard you so excited. For
now, you know what?
Addict, you did really well.
Sir, you make a good point. I know, and I'm paranoid. That was the hardest thing for me to learn how to do here. Was, desperately not talk over, Howard and Robin. And in the beginning, Gary actually told me, look, when a guest's here, don't talk at all for now. Just try to write stuff. In the very, very beginning.
Right.
But then Howard was just so generous to me with this microphone. And, once I got a little confidence from him, it's a constant testing thing. But,
That's right.
Well, Howard, I want to tell you, I've been on board since day one. I got the radio when you had the promotion in November to get a free radio.
Yeah.
And I've been a subscriber for 2 years, and you're the reason I came. And I thank you very much every day for the entertainment.
Oh, great, Jeff. I'm glad you enjoy it, and thank you, and welcome to the world of satellite. We love it here, too.
But in Artie's defense, there are some guests you get incredibly excited about.
That's right.
Yeah. And, that
it comes through.
shows, yeah.
Hi, Pitch Eric. You're on the air in Queens.
Good morning, Howard.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Hey, so, Artie, I needed money last week. That's why I called Teddy so I could get in touch with Artie.
It's funny, you trying to collect money when you owe so many people money that you don't pay your bills.
You know what, Eric? I should have told you to fuck off, and you would see how other people feel,
Artie, you're a sweet guy. That's why I love you.
Eric, who do you currently owe money to? I know there's like limo companies you rip off.
I'm a sucker is what I am.
Restaurant caterers you rip off.
You certainly take those calls when they're calling for their money, don't you?
Absolutely. Hey, Howard.
Yes?
I miss you, buddy.
All right, thank you, Eric.
Eric was downstairs, I think, last Thursday with his, he's got something on his foot.
Yeah, that's when
because
he
he
had
had
100.
gout.
His gout. What does he have, like a big boot?
Yes.
Eric, you have a disease from, like, the 1840s.
It might not be the gas. It might be something else.
What is it?
I might have diabetes.
Oh, of course. How much do you weigh now?
Diabetes.
Like 320, 330.
Yeah, I bet you it's more than that. He's vile.
I'm going for a testing tomorrow.
There's no test. I'll tell you how to get rid of all your problems. Stop eating all that fried food and all this shit you eat. Eat a piece of fruit every once in a while, maybe a green vegetable, and you might actually live.
Oh, well, I started doing that.
Tonight on the Intern Show, special guest, former intern and Howard 100 News producer, high-pitched Mike Morales.
Wow, a return engagement.
Return engagement. Where'd he go?
Did he leave here?
No.
He's a guest.
Oh, he's a former intern. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He's good on that show because he's got the funny voice and he's all serious.
Yeah.
He's pretty good on that show.
So we're going to get an update on the TV and Siobhan incident, obviously, but also... I
want to know if the TV's hooked up yet.
I don't think it is, but we're going to ask him about that.
That kid is extra creepy.
He is very creepy.
Yeah.
And also, he competed in the intern beauty pageant, and we discovered some... Robin, you'll probably know the signs of this, but we found even early tape of Mike in that pageant, signs of racism in that. So we're going to play a clip from that and expose that, the early signs of Mike's racism.
He's always been a racist. It's not a new...
The conversation went something like Robin going, God, Mike, you have an odd look about you. Nigger!
By the way, you're uncovering a lot of good stuff there, Steve. I'm very proud of you.
Thank
Go ahead.
You. So we have that, and, of course, our interns now with the current gossip. All on the Intern Show tonight, 7 p.m.
I love it. All right, very good. I like to check in with the interns on the Intern Show, 7 o'clock tonight.
Steve was there with the hot chick biting me.
Oh,
you remember?
But I don't...
First of all, Steve, Howard, this kid, you better check into your drinking problem. You were blind drunk.
I know I was.
Let me ask you something. What's wrong with having a couple of cocktails and being a normal person?
No, I can have a couple of cocktails.
He was with his boys.
But I've been here for 2 years. I haven't seen my college drinking buddies. And
but dude, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When you drink like that, you got a problem. When I'm talking about even one night, you go out and you just got to get so shit-faced. At what point can you say 3 drinks was enough? And aren't you diabetic?
Yeah.
Isn't that deadly for you?
Well, that's why maybe you don't need a lot of drinks to get drunk.
No, that doesn't matter. It's bad if you don't check your sugar and stuff like that, but I check it.
So you're drinking, checking your sugar? It sounds all very complicated.
It is, but I've been doing it for a while.
He's very good at it. All right, Steve, thank you. Really, take a look at that. Okay. 3 drinks is enough. 2 certainly is really enough.
That binge drinking is something that the young kids love to do.
Robin, what else?
A judge has decided to offer the rights to the O.J. book that was written for Reagan Books for auction to the public. You could get the rights to that book.
Let me think about that. What can I do with that book?
What do you think it would cost?
I don't know. They say they don't know the value of the O.J. book.
Can't have any value because you can't sell it because you look like a dick.
But if you had the rights, you could sell it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just because everyone will think you're a dick. You'll end up,
Yeah, but as long as you're not, a big company, who cares if you think you're a dick?
Would you buy the O.J. book? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I don't buy books.
Yeah, if somebody put it out, would you want to read it?
Again, you know what? I would like to know what he had to say. I was definitely going to watch those interviews.
Mm-hmm.
See, I gauge it by that. I found myself being able to not care about the interviews.
Really?
Yeah, part of me is just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get up tomorrow at the same time. It won't affect my life.
Right.
I would have watched the interviews. I would want to look at him say these things.
How much for the animation rights? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, if you have the rights, you could do anything.
I see. I just can't buy the animation rights for the book?
No, they're not splitting it up.
An
like
animated O.J. killing Nicole? You don't think that'll be huge for kids? Am I off on that, or am I on to something?
The only reason I think this auction is a good idea is the money will not go to O.J. It'll go to the Goldmans and the Simpsons.
That's not fair. I need the money. I'm O.J.
And that would kill O.J. not to get the money.
I did the killing. Why shouldn't I get the thrilling?
If he saw people making money off his name, he'd be miserable.
Can't believe the Goldmans are getting money for my book.
That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everybody.